Um, Hello and welcome to today's Monday Live. My name is Eleni Sfiroudis, speaking from New York, and of course I'm with Stephanie Camilleri.
Hello.
And today we are kicking off a month about revising, and it's very timely actually that we came across an article in Attitude magazine from a couple of weeks ago. And it's roadblocks to undermine academic achievement. And we are looking at this, of course, through an ADHD lens, and it's very timely for our topic this month. And what particularly resonated with us is the gap between a student's intention and action. Now, we all understand that our students, most of whom have ADHD, struggle with these roadblocks that often don't appear they don't appear very evident what the challenges could be. And that's why having a coach that understands the ADHD challenges that our students face can really make a huge difference in their revising structure.
Yeah, that's why we're all about being able to look through that ADHD lens, because so often it's the student as well as the parent that just doesn't understand what's getting in the way. And using the kind of neurotypical approach, it doesn't really help. In fact, that very much can get in the way and set unrealistic, unachievable expectations for these students. So they're kind of, beaten before they've even begun. And that's not what we want, because for them to set intention and be motivated to take action, you got to have the mindset. You got to have the
That's
right
exactly
mindset.
right. That's exactly right. And when parents were asked, part of this article suggests that the 4 biggest areas that they see that their children struggle with are staying motivated, following through, getting started, and organizing their time and materials. And of course, as ADHD coaches, we recognize that these all really speak to the executive function challenges, which are often so very common with our ADHD brains. And this is where revising with a coach that understands these challenges can really be hugely effective.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, it's not just limited to the student academic world. Those same challenges, right? We see coaching all our individuals with ADHD, particularly in the workplace, that difficulty getting started. And often a lot of it is because there's too much choice, or there's a lack of specificity, which is what why we designed our academic success program that has commenced, just because students need a space to kind of create space and work out exactly where it is they are, in terms of their revision. Because often, like we've said before, they'll be catastrophizing and feeling overwhelmed and painting a much bleaker picture than what it actually is a lot of the time.
Absolutely. I think it's the overwhelm that often discourages students from believing that they can be successful. And that's where the structure that our program provides really kind of challenges that notion, because we do offer a kickstart to the week. We offer 2 supervised study halls where students are they're accountable. They need to show up. They're there to study and to do their work. We check in with them before the weekend and literally call it "Don't waste the weekend." So they have a clear plan that somebody is asking them about. And then monthly, we have opportunities for parents as well as students to check in with other sort of broader mental health supports and parent education, so that parents are on the same page as their children when they recognize that these challenges are sort of going on in the background, even if their child wants them to believe they have them under control.
Yeah, it's the body double strategy is very much underlying a lot of the program, and obviously a lot of ADHD coaching. And actually it's becoming a lot more widely known. I've seen there's so many more articles on the body double, and people using it in the workplace as well as obviously studying. But us ADHDers, we can't really do for ourselves what we can do for others, or inversely, we can do for others what we can't do for ourselves. Yes. Yeah. And so we say in coaching, if you're having trouble, anything you're having trouble with, put a body at the end of it, literally. And that could be, for instance, like people trying to exercise that can't, motivate themselves to do it. But if they've got a personal trainer who they like, that's important too, yes. Right? We're only going to try for those people we respect and like. That's important. And then they're going to show up because they don't want to disappoint that person.
Yes, yes. All of those ADHD traits that, again, might not be so clear or apparent to non-ADHDers. We understand that dynamic and how it can work in your child's favor and in your favor to help them be successful.
Yeah, so basically our program starts off with the 6-step to academic success. So we've identified 6 steps that we get our students to work through. So we're looking at, obviously, the first one, importantly, being able to look through that ADHD lens, right? The second, about working out their why, you know, what it is that they're actually trying to achieve, because quite often our ADHD is just, they're just doing for the sake of maybe, you know, shooting all over themselves. It's good, you know, I've got to go to a good university, right? But then you ask them, how come? For what purpose? I don't know. That's what they've heard. You know, it's what people do. And that's not going to work for an ADHD. What people do, it's got to be personal and compelling. So we work with our students to, you know, identify that why. And then the other steps are all related to kind of the logistics, the mechanics, the strategies, environment, and things like that. So, and the timetable, like getting really clear about what, you know, what exams and assignments are due, and the gaps in their knowledge, making sure we've got that specificity to defeat the overwhelm. And so they've got a clear plan, an achievable plan, because you can't have achievable plans without having some, or very clear kind of oversight of where the gaps are and what needs to be done to fill those gaps. So we do that with them, which again, if we gave them just homework to do, might not get done, let's be honest.
Because they think there's so much they're not even motivated to try, really. And when we do sit down with them and help them identify the gaps and where they are and where they need to be, it's very often far less dire than they have in their minds. So that's a huge benefit for them and for their abilities going forward, knowing that they're in a much stronger position and they just need the support to get there.
Yeah, so we are very happy to provide that support. Unfortunately, this time round, no more places for the academic success program that's kicked off, but we will be running it again later this year. So keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, our online 6-step to academic success course will be available later this month. So do reach out if you want more details for that, but that will be available kind of on our website to purchase. And you can do independently. So have a look at that. And then we might be launching a few study halls for students in the meantime that haven't gotten onto the program, so we can still help hold the space and body double and at least, you know, getting this work done. So do keep your eyes peeled for that. Yeah.
Yes. Great. Thank you all for tuning in today, and have a wonderful week. And we'll see you again next Monday.
See you next Monday. Bye.
Bye-bye.